Here's a quick reminder that misery is the thing you want to avoid. If you are miserable, to me that means what you're doing with your life is it's the wrong path. You're probably making the wrong interpersonal decisions. You're probably making the wrong life decisions. You're probably approaching life in an ineffective way. When you feel fulfilled and content, and dare I say happy, whatever that means. I have my own theory on happiness, but it's a different topic. Anyways, when you feel those things, you experience those things, to me that means you're on the path. If you're miserable, that means, right, that you're not on the path. But I think there's a couple things that we have to understand about misery. Misery will take over your entire life. Misery will completely define who you are. It will become your identity. You'll fall into a hole and you'll never really get out of it. The only solace that you'll get often usually is making other people just as miserable as you are. To me, that's death. You have died before you've actually died. There's a lot of things that fall under that misery umbrella, and in my opinion, you want to do what you can to avoid that at any and all costs. Being miserable really sucks, but it's also a very loud messenger. It's an effective messenger too. Think of it this way: like, I'm miserable, right? The tendency of miserable people is to blame anything and everything outside of themselves but themselves. Oh, if other people would do this or do that, I wouldn't be miserable. This is just the nature of people's self deception and the lies that they tell themselves. Pretty sure that every human since the beginning of time tried to blame anything and everything but themselves. When you're miserable, you don't necessarily understand or realize that you've walked the same path that an infinite number of people before you have already walked. And that path is proven to just really suck. So have the courage to do something different, be different. Have the courage to ask yourself honestly, am I miserable? If the answer is yes, and you have a tendency to blame other people, it's time to shift that. Nobody to blame but yourself. You got to take responsibility. Personal responsibility is the master key, by the way, to everything, just so you know. But that's also an entirely other topic. I'm just trying to crank content out tonight because I'm trying to remain consistent, my friends. My name's Scott. I am a licensed therapist. If you're new here, like and follow for more.